To enter a respondent manually, one at a time, you begin with the main administration screen and click on the Manage Respondents button. From Manage Respondents, you go to the Respondents screen and then click on Insert Respondents. From Insert Respondents, you see the fields that you'll use to insert the respondent manually. In this case, we'll enter a username, password, and first and last name, and that's all that's, and that is, and email address, and that's all that's required. And our protocol, as we've said before, is we typically use the email address as both the username and the email address itself. So typically I'll enter the username and then I will copy that into the email address. If you enter the password a second time and it doesn't pass the password verification because it doesn't match, you'll see a little red asterisk which will require you to re-enter the password. And there. That is all the minimal information required. Now I'll scroll down. I'll click on the Insert button. It brings me back to the main screen, and you'll see my new user 11 has been entered. If I click on the Edit button, I'm back to the Edit Respondent screen, and now I can use the additional fields if I choose to. In most cases, if you're using any of these additional fields because you're going to be running reports, because you're going to be running aggregate group reports, then you probably won't be doing a manual entry of respondents simply because it's too easy to make an error, simply because it's too easy to make a mistake. And when you run reports by city or state or company or area, everything in the field has to be spelled exactly correctly, or it won't be picked up in the aggregate group report. Also, if you're going to be using these fields and you want them to be visible to the respondent themselves in their respondent profile, you have to click here so that when that respondent logs in and views his or her profile, if you've clicked these buttons, then these fields will be visible to the respondent, and they'll also be editable by the respondent. So if you make the city visible and you put a city name in that field, the respondent will be able to edit their profile. Will be able to edit that field in their profile. Just a couple more quick things. You click on the Manager button if this respondent is in fact a manager for his or her company and is going to need to be able to run aggregate group reports for those who are reporting to him or her. You'll click this button if the manager is to be email notified by the system whenever one of his or her direct reports completes a skill map assessment. You click on this box if you want yourself or the system administrator to be notified automatically when this individual completes any assessments. And you click this box if you want them to be able to view open skill maps. There are currently no open skill maps, but on occasion, as part of our research process, we will make certain skill maps available publicly, and they are only available to individuals for whom this box has been clicked. But we will notify you long before we make any new skill map available publicly for a limited period of time. And when we do that, you can potentially go back and make an adjustment if there are individuals who you would like to be able to view those new open skill maps. So I've made a few changes, and if I scroll down, I click on Update, and my changes are saved. I'm back to the main respondent screen. So that's it. Very simple process for manually inserting respondents.